In the world of Norse mythology, gods were not perfect. They fought, they lied, they feared death, just like humans. But among them, there was one figure who never truly belonged. Loki. He walked among the gods of Asgard, laughed with them, fought beside them. But deep down, he was always something else. Something they could never fully trust. Loki was not like the others. He wasn't born among the Aesir gods like Odin or Thor. He was a giant. The son of Laufey, a being from a race the gods considered their enemies. And yet, somehow, Loki lived among them. Odin himself allowed it. Some say Loki and Odin were bound by blood, others say it was something more complicated. But acceptance is not the same as belonging. The gods laughed at Loki's jokes. They relied on his cleverness. But they never trusted him. Not fully. Not ever. Loki was brilliant. When the gods faced impossible problems, it was Loki who found solutions. When Thor lost his hammer, it was Loki who tricked the giants to get it back. When the walls of Asgard were nearly lost, Loki saved them. Again and again. Loki proved his value. But value is not the same as respect. The gods praised him when he helped them. But they mocked him just as quickly. They called him untrustworthy. Dangerous. A liar. Even when he saved them, they never truly saw him as one of their own. There were moments when Loki's place among the gods was made painfully clear. At feasts, he was tolerated, not honored. In battles, he was used, not celebrated. And in quiet moments, he was alone. The gods were a family. A flawed, violent, complicated family. But Loki was never invited into that circle. And over time, something began to change inside him. Not anger. Not yet. Something deeper. A realization. That no matter what he did, he would never truly belong. Then came the moment that changed everything. Balder. The most beloved of all the gods. The son of Odin. The light of Asgard. Everyone loved Balder. Everyone, except Loki. Not out of hatred, but out of understanding. Balder represented everything Loki was not. Pure. Loved. Untouchable. When Balder began having dreams of his own death, the gods panicked. So they made everything in the world swear never to harm him. Fire would not burn him. Water would not drown him. Weapons could not pierce him. Balder became invincible. The gods celebrated. They turned it into a game. Throwing weapons at Balder, laughing as nothing could hurt him. All except one thing. A small, harmless plant. Mistletoe. Mistletoe. Loki discovered it. And in that moment, he had a choice. Do nothing. Or prove that even the most perfect god could fall. Loki crafted a weapon from mistletoe. Small. Sharp. Invisible to suspicion. Then he approached Hodr. Balder's blind brother. Hodr could not see the games the gods were playing. He stood apart, much like Loki once did. Loki guided his hand. Placed the weapon in it. And told him to join the fun. Hodr threw the spear. And for the first time, Balder fell. Silence filled Asgard. The laughter stopped. The unbreakable had been broken. And Loki had done it. The gods were furious. This was no longer a trick. No longer a joke. This was murder. Loki fled. He hid. He transformed. But the gods would not be fooled. They hunted him down. And when they found him, there was no mercy. They bound him with chains made from the entrails of his own son. They placed a serpent above his head, dripping venom onto his face. The pain was endless. Relentless. Unforgiving. Loki, the trickster, was now a prisoner. But here's the question no one asks. Why? Why would Loki destroy the one god everyone loved? Was it jealousy? Revenge? Madness? Or something else? Loki didn't just betray the gods. He exposed them. He showed that their perfection was an illusion. That their world could be broken. That even their most beloved figure was not beyond death. In a way, Loki didn't create chaos. He revealed it. Loki's punishment did not end his story. It only delayed it. Because one day, the chains would break. The venom would stop. And Loki would rise again. Not as a trickster. Not as an outsider. But as a force of destruction. At Ragnarok, the end of the world, Loki would return. And this time, he would not stand beside the gods. He would stand against them. Leading the enemies of Asgard. Bringing fire, chaos, and death. And finally, ending the world that never accepted him. So was Loki a villain? Or was he something far more complicated? A god who was never truly accepted. A mind that saw the truth others ignored. A being who didn't betray the gods. But simply stopped pretending to be one of them. Because sometimes, the greatest betrayals are born not from hatred, but from being treated like you never belonged. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more dark mythology tales. Because not all gods are heroes.